far away from Islam and has taken us far from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. People seeking this, something that is in the movies. People are looking for something that they shouldn't be having in this dunya. People are looking for something outside of marriage. People are looking for a type of relationship that makes them feel special or feel good. But subhanAllah, you think about what love is in Jannah, and if you realize it, then this is something that you want to wait for, or something that you want to have such a good relationship with your wife, so that you can have this love in paradise. So that you can have this love in paradise. The Prophet ﷺ tells us about the marketplace that is in Jannah. And every week, the man, his wife, would go into the marketplace, and she would come back more beautiful than when she left. Imagine after 1,000 years, 1,000,000 years, 1,000,000,000 years. SubhanAllah, this is the kind of relationship that we strive for in this dunya, so that we could have some of this in the akhirah. And then when a husband in Jannah sees his wife, he will forget paradise and everything in it. Just when he sees his wife. Just when he sees his righteous wife that entered into paradise. Or for the first time when they see each other, when a husband and wife see each other in Jannah, they will stare at each other for 40 years. 40 years. When one says the salam, the other one will take 40 years to respond. They're just staring at each other for 40 years, subhanAllah. Just staring at each other. After the striving that they've done together in this dunya, that they're finally here, they're finally in paradise. SubhanAllah, this is the love that we strive for in this dunya. This is the love that we strive for in this dunya. You seek a wife, or sisters, you seek a husband that's going to get you there, so that you can have this love that never goes away. You can have this love where you never get into any arguments, or you never get into disagreements, or you never start getting annoyed at your spouse. This is the love that we strive for. Don't let these false relationships of talking to these brothers and sisters, don't let that take you away from that in the akhirah. So there will be eternal love and eternal happiness in this dunya that the wife will give to the husband and the husband will give to the wife. Then there will be the light of paradise. There won't be the sunlight. The sun won't be rising and setting every day, day and night and day and night. So what is the light of the dunya? The light is the light of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Nur al-Rahman. That is what lights up paradise. And you imagine that you can go anywhere and do anything, all of the visions that you have, you can go to a place and you will see any vision that you want to go to. You want to go on a trip, you want to go on vacation, you want to go on another honeymoon, any of these places, you can go anywhere in Jannah. SubhanAllah, and then so people have this concept of Jannah, like, oh, I'm just going to sit there and, I don't know, I'll eat some grapes. This is what people think of in Jannah. SubhanAllah, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala describes Jannah. He says, Inna ashab al-Jannah fi shughulin fakihun. Surely on that day the residents of paradise will be busy with their joy. Will be busy with their joy. SubhanAllah, you think I have eternity? Oh, I'm just going to sit out, you don't really have anything to do. Trying to, hey, what are you guys up to? You want to do something today? SubhanAllah, no, they're busy. They're busy in their joys in Jannah. This is, SubhanAllah, and people who are, they're busy and they get involved in this. You think of the same things that you loved in this dunya. You think of the things that you love to do in this dunya. And you can do exactly that and better in paradise. And it is what no eye has ever seen, no ear has ever heard, or what no heart can ever imagine. SubhanAllah, I remember asking a brother, I said, what do you think about when you think of Jannah? Like, what do you think about paradise? He said, I think about maybe a garden. I'm like, SubhanAllah, a garden? A garden? If you had a day off, here in this dunya, would you spend it in a garden? SubhanAllah, these people, imagine the best things in this dunya. Imagine the most beautiful things in this dunya. And this is just only because our imagination is so limited. Imagine, SubhanAllah, this is paradise to you. SubhanAllah, it's not something that you think about. It's not something that you strive for. People strive just to stay away from the hellfire and whatever Jannah is, then Jannah is. No. It's something that we should strive for, something we should think about, something we should contemplate on. So again, what no eye has ever seen, what no ear has ever heard, and what no heart can ever imagine. So all of these things, you think of oceanfront properties, you think of being on the beach, you imagine all of the most beautiful things you can do in this dunya. But one thing that you know will be in Jannah, that you know is not in this dunya, is Wajhullah al-Kareem, the face of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The face of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Imagine just that day. The creator of all beauty. The creator of all beauty. Imagine knowing that you have His pleasure. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will ask the people of paradise, "O people of paradise, are you pleased? O people of paradise, are you pleased?" They will say, "Of course." They will say, "How can we not be pleased? You have brightened our faces and you have entered us into paradise." And then He will say, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will say, "Well, there is something else. I am pleased with you and I will never be unhappy with you ever. رَضِيتُ بِكَ وَلَا أَسْقَطْ عَنْكُمْ أَبَدًا." I am pleased with you, subhanAllah. And if you strive to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in this dunya, then these words mean so much to you. These words mean so much to you. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will ask the people of paradise, "Are you pleased with me? Are you pleased with me?" أقول قولي هذا واستغفر الله لي ولكم فاستغفر لكم إن الله الغفور الرحيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن تبع يوم الدين. A caller will call out to the people of Jannah. He will say, "O people of Jannah, Allah has summoned you. Allah has summoned you. He wants to meet you. So let's go to meet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala." So then you approach and you come near to the throne of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَسِعَ كُرْسِيُّهُ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ. The throne that is over the heavens and the earth. You come close to the throne of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and you notice this bright light. You notice a bright light. And this is not even the light of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is the light of the acceptance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The light of knowing that you've been accepted by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will say to the people of paradise, "Ya Ahl al-Jannah, salamun alaykum." O people of paradise, assalamu alaykum. Peace be upon you. And how will they reply? They will say, "Allahumma anta salam wa minka salam." O Allah, you are the salam, and from you is the salam. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will ask, He will say, "Where are my servants who worshipped me even though they didn't see me?" Imagine all of the things that we're going to say on that day that you could bring up on that day. "Oh Allah, I prayed for you even though I couldn't see you. Allah, I fasted even though I couldn't see you. Oh Allah, I did this deed and I allowed no one else to watch me, but I knew that you were watching me." And He will say, "Ask me for anything. Ask me for anything." What will they ask for on that day? They will say, "We ask that you be pleased with us, O Allah." SubhanAllah, look at the way they're still thinking. They will ask, "O Allah, that you be pleased with us." He will say, "If I was not pleased with you, then I would not have entered you into my paradise. Ask me for something else." And then they will say, "O Allah, we ask that you show us your face. We want to see your face, O Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala." SubhanAllah. Is anything in this dunya better than this? Is anything that we sacrifice from the akhirah? Is anything that we trade off knowing that we will gain the displeasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Is anything worth missing out on this moment to see the face of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? And they will be in awe and they will be speechless. The creator of all beauty, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will speak to every one of us.